US government claims that we can't afford universal health care, but we spend a lot of money on some really wacky stuff. So I went ahead and did some math. You don't have to. You can just sit back there and enjoy the numbers. If by some miracle we do wind up with universal health care, I don't want just like an overworked dog in a box shuffling people through like cattle. I want the good stuff. I looked at what Sweden pays. It's supposed to be one of the best healthcare systems in the world. And I found that Sweden pays $83.6 billion or 11% of their GDP for 10.6 million people to have universal health care. Government covers about 85 to 86% of everyone's healthcare costs. Again, they only have 10.6 million people. We have 349 million. That's a lot more, right? So we have to do some cross multiplication and division, right? To figure out that we would need about $2.8 trillion annually in order to afford the same healthcare system as Sweden. Surely, not including the examples I gave yesterday, there's no way our government has wasted that much money, right? There's no way that we could have had healthcare this entire time. Well, let me flip this around. Okay, so let's just start with Elon Musk's SpaceX tax breaks. We give that man a $1.9 billion break every year. We give $40 billion in fossil fuel subsidies every year. We've paid Palantir, the IBM 1930 surveillance overlord people, $10 billion. That stunt in Venezuela cost us $4.7 billion. Our overseas military bases cost about $80 billion a year. We just entered into this new contract with Boeing to buy all of these fighter jets for $131.2 billion. We would save a lot more money just not using these fighter jets at home. These cost about $85,000 an hour to operate, not even including all of the money we would save if we quit doing all of those stupid flyovers over like Panama City Beach and sporting events. It costs us about $500,000 every time they do a Super Bowl flyby. And taxpayers pay for that, even if you're like me and you detest football. We have what are called zero tax corporations, which are all of these large multinational conglomerations that pay zero taxes into the federal government. So that's $22.1 billion a year that we're not getting. We've got about $1 trillion in immigration services expansion. This includes detention centers like Alligator Alcatraz, which has already had to close, all of that fancy new equipment. This includes new salaries and the border wall that they didn't get built last time, and they're not going to get built this time. We have a new contract with Raytheon to provide more Tomahawk missiles for that war that I was talking about yesterday. This is not included in that price tag. That's another $22.9 billion. We're also buying new nuclear submarines for $76.6 billion, which is definitely something that we need right now when a lot of people can't afford to drive to the grocery store. So if you add up all of this and then add in the $839 billion we pay for Medicare and the $584 billion we pay for Medicaid, you get $2.8 trillion. How about that? Isn't that crazy? We had the money the whole time? How about that? Let me know what I missed and follow for more.